Hi folks, it's Marcia from the Crescent Moon Tarot, and I have one of my best friends, Megan, with me.
Hello.
Actually, I was thinking, I have some questions for you.
Oh boy.
So, not anything, horrible, but, so, are you out of the broom closet?
For the most part, yeah.
So, what are you keeping separate from your witchiness?
Nothing really. I'm actually pretty open with everybody and with everything. I mean, I just haven't told everybody, but it's just people that I haven't really communicated with. But I'd pretty much say it freely.
Yeah, I would say for the most part. I mean, you're really obvious. So,
I got a big mouth.
Yeah.
Yep.
So today Megan and I went out and had a bit of an adventure. We went to Mercy Brown's grave, which I posted about last year, I think, or the year before. Now I can't remember. I went with my husband and my kids, and so today Megan and I went with her daughter and my daughter. And we got some videos, and Megan put up some TikToks. So if you're on TikTok, Magical Meg.
13, 1-3.
There you go.
Not the word.
So we decided that we would, we weren't done when we went to...
Don't mind me, I'm taking off my shoes and my socks in the middle of a cemetery. Everyone's wondering why I'm looking so crazily right now.
We are right now at Precious Blood Cemetery in Woonsocket, because we were going to go back to my office before I realized that I forgot my keys. So,
It's just the typical Megan and Marcia shenanigans.
Really.
Nothing to worry about. It's
Yeah.
just what happens.
Yeah, we just kind of roll with it. One of us forgets something all the time anyway.
Our heads are on today, though, so we're good.
So far. So, we went to Mercy Brown, and then we went to the Cumberland Monastery, which, if you haven't been there, it's gorgeous. We went to Nine Men's Misery, which was really, that energy there was intense.
I don't get a lot of energy. Marcia obviously does, and my daughter does as well. I don't pick up on energy that much as I wish I could. But even I could feel the energy there. I will say, too, it's a great place for even kids. They have a gorgeous park there.
Yes.
And a haunted library.
Yes.
It was closed when we went.
Oh, I'm so upset we didn't get to go in.
Yeah, I didn't get to go in and see that, but they do have the haunted library and, gorgeous walking path.
Yes. It was a nice trail. It was a nice, easy trail to get to Nine Men's Misery. But so we decided that we would kind of go a step further, and although Megan had mentioned coming here, I kind of forgot about it, quite honestly.
Twice.
Yeah. So now we're at Precious Blood Cemetery. So we're sitting right now on the Coliseum. And we went to La Petite Rose, which is the stigmata of Woonsocket. So if you are familiar or not familiar, actually there's little pamphlets. They were out of English, but there's currently still Spanish. I don't know how often that gets replenished, but I would imagine it's got to be kind of frequent. We went over and found the statue of Mary who cries bloody tears.
And we were led from La Petite Rose to Mary to the Coliseum by lots of feathers.
Lots of feathers, immediately at our toes. We would go to take a step and then look down, and there's just feathers.
Everywhere.
But not everywhere, specifically on our path for where we're going.
And wherever we stop, it's like a circle of feathers around us, too.
So more feathers. So Meg thought that it would be a great spot for us to sit and do a video, and I agree. So we're going to do a couple of things, actually, with this video. We're going to talk about some herbs. We're going to talk about some witchy stuff. No tarot in this particular video because I didn't bring any cards or anything. But quite honestly, I feel like this is not the right place.
I'm not a tarot person. I don't know how to read tarot. I think that the cards
she
are
doesn't
pretty.
need to because she has me.
This is very true. This is true. I'm going on 40 and I've had her since I was like 15 or 16. So
it's been a
be
bit.
jealous. That's right. She's mine. Sorry.
And this is one of my best friends, folks. She's not biased at all.
Nah.
So, we have herbs. And we decided that what kind of better way to start out the end of summer than by talking about herbs, because right now it's a lot of stuff that you can find in your own yard.
I have a bureau, a tall bureau, 5 or 6 drawers full of, like, I showed her the list. I have to have close to 100 different dried herbs and flowers,
She
and
brought me a bunch. I'm psyched.
and most of them I have either grown in my own yard, stolen from my aunt's yard, or I will legit stop on the side of the road and walk through. You know, I live in Maine currently, and I will walk through the ditches on the side of the road and get stuff, and it's all free. So, you know, a lot of people are worried they can't really do a lot of candle spells are my favorite.
Oh, yes. I taught her those.
My favorite, yes. That they can't really do it with extra, you know, herbs and stuff, only their intentions, which intentions are great.
Intentions are perfect. That's really all you need.
It is, but with me, go big or go home, babe.
Yeah,
I don't do anything little. Everything is big.
Mega Meg.
Yes, they don't call me Meg for a reason. That didn't even make any sense.
Nope, that's okay. Roll with it.
Yeah, we're just gonna go with it.
Yes.
So I figured when she asked if I wanted to do a video, I said, hey, you know, maybe we can do something. First off, I was thinking about like dollar store spices and stuff, which is cool. But a lot of people say that. So I figured stuff that we could forage on our own for free. Absolutely zero. So I have a whole bunch of names and words and ideas.
Stuff.
But we figured while we were out and about, I actually grabbed some of the things that we found on the way.
Yes. So some of these things actually come from our excursions today.
Yes. And for the record, I'm going to leave everything that we have that I foraged today as an offering for Mary and for Petite Rose today as well. That is going to be our offering for them.
Yes.
So I don't have, you know, things to show everything, but I do have some things to kind of give you guys an idea of things. But I guess get right into it.
Yeah, dive in, and then whatever it is that you want to say, I'll hold it up.
Okay, so like I said, I don't have everything, but most of this is going to be alphabetical because I went through the binder that I made. Yes, I did that.
Yes, she does that. She's very organized. I am not.
I call it psychotic, but hey, we'll go with it.
She calls it chaotic, and quite honestly, her chaos is way more organized than mine.
It's organized chaos.
It really is.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
All right, so everybody knows about aloe. Aloe is great. You know, you can find it at pretty much any store. It's actually really, really cheap to have too. But it's also good for spiritual growth, luck, success, and protection.
Yes.
So with that said, if you have aloe plants in your home, then that will, you know, automatically draw love and protection to your home itself and anybody who is in it.
Yes.
I heard that you can, you know, eat it in one aspect. With that said, anything, do not put anything into your body, into your mouth, rub it on your skin, nothing, unless you do your research.
Yes, make sure you know what it is. Make sure you know it's legit.
Absolutely, 100%. Not everything, you know, looks the exact same. Even with aloe, there's different aloe plants. Some of them you can ingest, some of them you cannot.
Yes.
No matter what aloe plant you get though, that is on sunburns.
Yes.
It feels so disgusting.
It's very slimy.
And it smells a little funky. But
and it's sticky.
Yes, but it is wonderful for sunburns.
Yes.
Really. But do not ingest it unless you know, make sure you have the correct kind. That's bottom line.
Yes.
These I'm pretty sure most people know what an acorn is. Those ones I'm going to keep, but I mean, it's an acorn. Who doesn't know what an acorn looks like? Most people do. Kids use them, you know.
And the caps, they're great for whistles. Megan taught me how to whistle today.
Yes, I will actually do a close-up in a moment on how to properly hold an acorn for whistling.
Yeah, because I was not good at it. And then I did it, and I was so psyched.
Yes. So, and with acorns, too, not only do you get the acorn, but you can also use the oak leaves, too. So the leaves are great for any kind of strength, endurance, or growth spells. They're also good for protection, and you can burn the leaves to help with protection. So if you're doing any kind of protection working, you know, with your incense, burning a leaf is great for it. And then the acorns themselves, don't mind me, I'm looking at my notes, I'm not gonna lie. I keep looking down. Try and hold it to the side, no. The acorns are good for luck, fertility, spiritual growth, prosperity, abundance, wisdom. I mean, abundance. Acorn trees, they have so many.
So I'm all about the lucky acorns. So I choose one every year, and I keep that with my crystals. So,
I haven't heard of that one yet.
Yeah, because acorns are, I mean, they're lucky. So there's always one that you're going to be more drawn to than any other. And so that's just something that I do. So I find one that I like, that I'm really drawn to, and I keep it with my crystals. And then come the end of winter, I toss it.
That's a really good idea. Never heard of that one before, but I'm going to have to look into that. Okay, and as promised, acorn, just the cap. So, don't do Marcia's mistake and do it like that. No.
That's what I did.
You got to do your knuckles. You got to make your knuckles and go.
Beautiful. She is now the loudest one in the cemetery.
That is correct. I mean, if we had any doubts before, we really know now.
She really is.
Okay, so next, didn't find any of these. They're kind of out of season. Azaleas.
Beautiful.
Now, azaleas are gorgeous. They come in multiple colors. They are poisonous.
Like all the other good stuff.
Not ingest in any way, shape, or form. I don't believe they're deadly, but you will definitely have a nasty tummy ache. Don't do it. Not worth it.
Nope.
But they are good for happiness and just uplifting and being full of life. And the bumblebutts really love it. I have a gorgeous purple azalea bush in my front yard, and the hummingbirds and the bumblebees. I mean, I have fat bumblebees. I go out there and their little booties are hanging out their flowers, and I love it. Really, really good for pollination.
Yes.
A+.
Yes. And anything that's going to attract the wildlife to your yard is also definitely A+. It's something that you want. So
that is right. Burdocks. We used to call them hitchhikers when I was younger because they get in everything. You get them suckers in your hair, you're shaving your head.
No, they come out. You just really, you need like a fine tooth comb.
Yeah, they're bad.
It's so bad.
Don't do it. It's not recommended. But they're great for protection spells. Like awesome for protection spells.
Yeah.
They're sticky, they're pointy, they're kind of cool looking. I like putting them in my salt bowls. I am a salt bowl freak.
She has more than I do.
I legit have like 50 things that I put in my salt bowl, and that's just the one for my house, never mind the one that goes in my daughter's room. That's a whole other ballgame. But supposedly you can take the roots out and make them into some sort of tea.
You can. Burdock is, if I am not mistaken, Earl Grey.
Oh, all right. Well, there you have it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100%. Don't quote me on that. But it's a black tea. Yeah.
But, yep. One of my favorites, and I tried to find it down here today, but apparently Rhode Island is kind of against white birch trees.
We just don't have many. We have some, they're just not in abundance.
And they're everywhere in Maine. Like, I was telling her today, they don't bend. Like, they don't snap. They just, when the snow hits, they bend, and you drive down the road and they're bent over the road. It's like a winter wonderland.
It's like a canopy. Yeah.
They're gorgeous. But the bark comes off really easy, and a lot of time they'll be right around it. So you don't even have to like harm the tree to get it. It usually, you know, Mother Nature's way of just, you know, gifting it to you on your own.
Mm-hmm. I know of a few birch trees, but they're in Exeter.
Yeah, but I know one, but it's not around here either. But those are good for protection spells, purification, cleansing, removing any kind of negative energy, negativity, anything like that. It's good for regular protection and psychic protection. It's like a double whammy right there.
Yes.
It's also good for strength, love, and fertility. And on a non-witchy subject, it's also really good fire starter. If you get that birch bark and it's already rolled up, and it looks so pretty. But those are really good fire starters if you ever need a quick fix on it.
Yeah, you do want to make sure, though, that it is dry.
Yes.
So you want the stuff that's fallen, not the stuff that's still attached. The stuff that's still attached still is a little too green, so it may not catch.
Yes. Next, now we saw a couple of these today, but they were on somebody's grave, and I didn't have anything to offer back, so I wasn't going to take any of them.
Yes.
But Black-Eyed Susans are one of my favorite, you know,
full-time. What we didn't think of is that I have some at my house.
You didn't think of it because I'm unaware of that.
Yeah, it's in that. So Jared my husband got me this hummingbird flower mix. And they only just came up, so the mix doesn't say what the plants are in it. So you gotta wait and be surprised.
I have to just, you know, I had to forgive you for. I mean, it was kind of like a craziness day today.
It was a little crazy today. I was like getting to Megan, and then we couldn't meet where we were gonna meet, and then it was
chaos.
nuts.
Again, chaos.
Yes.
That's what
Well,
it is.
I mean, that is how Megan and Masha days go.
But they're really good for cleansing, grounding, and mediumship. And if you pick them and put them in a vase with daisies, they look absolutely phenomenal. And they last. They last pretty good. So that's
actually
nice.
They last longer than the daisies.
Yeah, they're really good to, you know, fresh wild cut flowers, which I love. Another thing that I love is buttercups. I don't have it written down, but I'm pretty sure that buttercups can be toxic in a way too. So don't ever eat them. I always used to put them under my chin.
Yes, because that's how you found out if you liked butter.
And that's how it is.
And everybody likes butter because everybody gets that little bit of yellow.
That's right.
You know, because it reflects. Yeah.
Didn't find any buttercups today. But I mean,
wrong season.
Yeah, I know. But they're good for sweetness and restoring your inner child.
Yes.
Hello, I mean, you put it under your chin as a child.
Yes.
For joy, calming, prosperity, innocence, youth, and genuine acceptance. So buttercups are always pretty good.
Yes.
Around there. One thing that we do have, though, they're kind of wilted at this point, but we actually have a couple of different ones. I thought I had another one. Yes, I do. 3 different ones here to show you.
Yay!
Clovers! Now, there's definitely more, too. You have the, you know, the sorrel, the wooded sorrel, or
yes, the
oxyalis,
wood sorrel is my favorite.
But these are just, you know, your normal ones that you could pretty much go outside. So we have the purple/red, depending on who you ask, clover.
They're really good in salad.
Yep. You have those, you have the white, and then the little wild ones that have like the little tiny yellow flowers. I used to love eating those when I was a child. I'm not even gonna lie.
Really?
Yeah. They're very sweet. Try one. You can eat them. They're lovely. They're kind of like a soury taste to them. Big surprise that I would like them.
Wait, where did these come from?
Those came from somewhere that we were today. I honestly don't remember.
I know, but we went to a couple of places where dogs were, and I don't want to have something that a dog peed on.
Definitely not. It might get a little bit of a. Let's not try that one. I do encourage it. They are pretty good. And obviously it's a clover. They're freaking good for luck.
Yes.
But they're also good for love and protection, fidelity, spirit work, and clarity of mind.
Yes.
Carrying them is really good for luck and to attract love as well when you carry them. This one I did not find today. I was kind of bummed. I found its cousin, which I don't even see its cousin anymore. Oh, I do, but it's all closed. But dandelions. Who doesn't freaking love a dandelion?
Oh, we didn't find any.
They're past. At this time of year,
I know, but we could have at least got the seeds.
Or the leaves. I didn't even see any seeds. I saw a couple of leaves.
I saw a couple, but I didn't think to grab.
I didn't see the dandelion ones. I saw the hawkweed ones, which I will get into.
Oh, no, I saw the dandelion ones.
Oh, see, I didn't see dandelion. I saw the hawkweed.
It was
small
at
ones.
the cemetery.
Oh, I didn't see those. But I mean, the wishes. Come on. I mean, bottom line, a microphone drop on that. It's wishes is like the number
Everybody
one.
knows wishes, but
Absolutely.
in case you didn't.
But they're also good for success, divination, healing, happiness, and purification.
So the other thing with dandelions is that all of it is edible.
The entire thing. The roots can be made into teas and tinctures as well. The leaves you can eat in salad. I'm not a really big fan personally.
I like them.
Bitter.
I like them, but I like arugula, and arugula is more bitter.
Arugula
So,
either.
you know, yeah.
I don't suggest you eat the heads, especially when they turn to seeds. You might see like those TikToks where everybody blows them in and. Yeah, I don't suggest.
My cat spit them out too. So I mean.
Yeah, we didn't do that. Way out of season, but daffodils. I mean, daffodils are everywhere when it's in season for them.
Yeah, we're like way past season. Yeah.
But it's, it's one of those things that you can find outside on your own.
Yes.
But love, luck, and fertility are good for them.
Yes.
And then daisies again.
I didn't find any, and we're in season for daisies.
Yep, I did not see any daisies today, but they are again great for in the house.
Yes.
For wonderful wildflower bouquets. So this isn't just witchy stuff.
Yes, he loves me not, those kinds of things. Daisies.
Yep. So love, they work for love, innocence, luck, hope, and just simplicity in life.
They're also purity.
And I'm going to throw this in. I am not one for these. I think personally, don't come at me. My personal opinion is that fae, fairies, all of them, as beautiful as they are, please excuse this, but they're assholes. They're beep, beep.
I don't know how to beep that, so.
They're beep. I apologize for anyone. I have a really bad mouth, and I've been good this whole time.
She's been very good. She's been very good.
But that's the only way to do them. They're tricksters. They're mean. They're nasty. I understand some people work with them and like them, and kudos to you. Like legit, I'm good, but you're not gonna catch me. But apparently, daisies are good for fae magic as well. Daisies like them. I do not. With that said, the next one we have found.
Woohoo!
Coneflower, aka Echinacea. These suckers are everywhere.
I love these.
They are very pretty, and I actually just
love
found
these.
out that they have different colors. I always thought it was purple, but they have yellow and orange and gorgeous red.
Orange.
The red ones are stunning.
I've never seen red, but the orange ones are almost this orange.
Yep. Nope. The red ones are absolutely.
So
stunning.
they're almost. There we go.
But when they do dry out, those middle seeds are spiny. So honestly, I don't have. Oh yeah, protection. There you go. Protection's on my list. No wonder why it's spiky.
Yes.
But protection, inner strength, healing, prosperity. They actually have quite a bit that I didn't write down though.
Echinacea is actually really good for boosting the immune system. So you'll find Echinacea in a lot of those herbal supplements to kind of enhance your immune system. I actually, when I was, I want to say like 15, I had mono, and I started taking Echinacea after I had mono because I was so susceptible to like everything after.
She still is.
I still am. Yeah, I am. But that's now a totally different story. We don't need to get into that. But
sorry.
Yes, sure.
So one thing that I did see today, but I got sidetracked and I didn't pick it, and we actually were talking about it earlier, was ferns.
Oh.
There are different types of ferns.
Yes, there's more ferns than I knew about.
Yes, there's actually especially up in Maine, I have like 3 or 4 different kinds of ferns in my yard. But there's actually quite a few things. Love, luck, sincerity, humility, mental clarity, cleansing, purification, dispelling negativity, concentration, and protection. So with that, if you burn some before you take an exam, supposedly, it's supposed to help you with concentration and just kind of remembering everything.
Again, it needs to be dried. You can't burn the green. It's not going to catch.
Correct. And with any kind of flame, make sure that you're in a safe area to do that.
Yes, and you have a safe way to put it out.
Yes. Hanging it in or around the home is really good for protection, and just, you know, it's pretty too.
It is.
And then I actually showed her today, if you have them and you find the dried ones, I don't know if it's like the seeds or how it does it. I'm actually going to try and pull it up on my phone and try to zoom in on a picture. I don't know how well that's going to work.
It should work.
But we're going to give it a whirl. But you can find these, you take them and try that. Yeah, you can see it. So that's how they look when they're all dried out, and you can make them into all sorts of stuff. Like I put them on a wreath, and I have a bunch of them in vases around my house, and they're pretty. They're cheap. They're
And our
free.
cats don't eat them.
Nope, the cats do not eat them. I have two. One of them is super psychotic. And they don't go near them, but I mean, that's just extra protection around my house. One of my aunt's favorites. Totally out of season right now. It's one of the first things to come out, but a forsythia.
I love them.
Forsythias are so pretty. They're just such a nice big burst of just bright
yellow. It's the first sign of spring, really.
Yep.
When you know spring is actually here in New England anyway. You're gonna see the daffodils and you're gonna see the forsythia, and they're just gonna be everywhere.
Yeah. So those are good for hope, divination, longevity, goals, love, and creativity. Not enough things are for creativity. They really don't. I mean,
there's a lot of crystals for creativity, so I guess it kind of works out. It balances.
Yeah.
You know?
I work with crystals too. I love crystals. I have rocks and stuff all over my house. But
Rocks.
I do. I have them. I love them. I collect them. But I really like my herbs. And one, I don't care, unless you're in the middle of a desert, grass. Grass is really...
What kind of grass?
Any grass.
Because there's witchgrass.
Yes. Well, like grass, not like the long, crazy, spiky ones, but like regular green sod.
So
grass.
like the kind of grass that nobody really has in their yard anymore.
Because it's all brown right
Because it's
now.
all taken over by weeds.
Yeah. So not the weeds, but regular grass. Supposedly good for psychic powers.
I cannot say yes or no on that because I haven't tried it. But at the same time, I won't take any grass from my yard because my dog pees out there. So
yeah, I've never worked with grass, so I can't say for firsthand either, just from what I've seen. But they said it's also good for protection, growth.
Imagine.
I can't imagine that one. Learning, healing, recovering from loss, and new beginnings. So I mean, that's something if you just need in a quick pinch. This one, I was really hesitant on picking.
She really, really was. She almost didn't do it. And I said, do it anyway.
Allergies.
Because I'm brilliant.
Allergies this year, man. Goldenrod, aka ragweed. It's just...
Oh my God.
It's bad, but I wanted to show people.
Yes.
So,
but it's so pretty.
It is. It's actually very pretty, and it's, it's very petite, if you will.
Yes.
It's good for money, divination, and encouragement.
So, money. That being said, be very careful because the things that are good for money, they don't specify if it's money coming in or money going out. So you really want to make sure that you are crystal clear if you have to. I personally would put like a piece of citrine with this. Citrine is money coming in. So that will just enhance the money coming in. So if you want to increase the wealth, then you want some of this bad boy.
And with that said, also make sure you have a protection on it too, and that you specify that you want it with no harm. Because you don't want to say you want money coming in, and then, your favorite relative dies suddenly.
And that's your inheritance.
Money.
That would suck.
Yeah, you don't want that. So you want to make sure it's really specified that you don't want it coming in a bad or negative
harmful way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now this is something that I did see today, and you saw it today because we smelt it before we actually saw it.
But we didn't take any.
I didn't, and I should have, but we were discussing it so much. But honeysuckle.
Mine died. so we couldn't take it from my house.
And I recently found out that they have coral honeysuckle, which is just this beautiful color of like pink, orange, and yellow. It's so fragrant and just beautiful.
And mine, I was telling you, mine is an orange trumpet, or was before it died. I spent $50 on a plant that didn't last.
It
I'm
happens.
so upset.
But honeysuckle actually has a really lot. It's good for sweetness, devotion,
Imagine.
psychic vision, generosity, love, luck, prosperity, peace, fidelity, protection from negative influences. Not just negativity, but negative influences. And that really is a big difference.
That's huge, because it's the only one that we've seen so far that has that negative influence specified. Because negativity, that can just be stuff that's picked up around us, but negative influence is something that is leading you to become in that manner.
Huge difference.
So that's something that's super important, because if it's keeping away that lead, then that means that you don't have the follow through there.
It also does success, draws in money, and good for intuition. This, and I already gave you my Fae warning, but supposedly this is also good for Fae magic.
That one, I can say definitely you're going to find a lot of honeysuckle around, like fairy rings and things like that. You know, the mushrooms that grow in a circle, the plants that grow in a circle, those are fairy rings. Those you definitely want to be careful with. You definitely want to be careful with.
So my daughter picked me this, but it's wilting, so we're going to use it. This is a purple one, but hydrangeas, they do come in, blue, purple, pink, white. It's really based on the pH in the soil. Different pH in the soil is going to change the hydrangea colors, so it's really cool.
I think they're pretty.
I love hydrangeas when they change the color like that. But those are good for love drawing, fidelity, binding, and hex breaking.
So the thing about hexes, although it is good for hex breaking, it doesn't mean that it is like a cure-all. So if you are, if you've got a hex on you, it's not guaranteed to break it.
Correct. None of this is guaranteed. I mean, none of it is going to be 100%. It's really all in your intentions.
Exactly. Your intentions are crucial. But even with the intention of breaking a hex, you probably are not going to do it with just the, yep, I almost called it a hyacinth. What?
Hydrangea.
Hydrangea. Oh my God. You know what it is? I had purple hyacinths and I'm just like associating. But with the hydrangea, you're still going to need more. It's not going to be enough.
So my next one I said earlier we get to is Hawkweed, and this is so wilted, you really just, we'll hold it, but Hawkweed, aka, don't get me, I know it's no longer PC correct, but I am part Cherokee, so I am okay saying it, but aka the Indian's paintbrush.
Oh, I can see why.
Is also the other term for it. Looking at it, it looks like a dandelion. They come up after dandelions go away.
But look they're multiple on a stalk.
Yep, and they're tiny. They're small. They don't, like dandelions can get huge. These come up really tall, and there's multiple on a stalk. They're little, and sometimes you could find orange ones. I don't find orange as much, but they're really pretty, and they're seed just like dandelions. So you'll see like the little tiny wish sticks, and it's the hawkweed.
We should probably wrap up because we're running out of lights.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. But those are good for healing. We may go through it really, really quick. No more jokes.
Okay.
Hold on. Holly, found that today. Not going to dig it out.
Oh, we did.
It's good for protection, luck, hope, money, love, dream magic.
Toxic for dogs. Keep it away from your dogs.
Yes. Hostas. Forgot I had that on the list. They are good for friendship, devotion. They are great fillers for your yard. They spread. You can get the big ones and divide them up. And
you can get a little one, it'll grow into a big one, and they don't need the sun.
No, and I've tried bleach on them. They don't go. Once you have them, you have them. So if you want them, make sure you have them. Jewelweed.
Jewelweed is so important, you guys.
Yes, and I wish I didn't find it down here. My aunt has them, but they come in big bushes, and they're little orange flowers.
We saw some.
Did we? I didn't see any.
Oh.
I didn't.
Yeah, at the monastery.
Well, they bring joy. Like,
oddly.
Legit, bring joy. Like, when you pull those flowers off, they literally throw their seeds at you. They pop them out. It's really funny.
Okay, I have to say they grow near poison ivy, so for me, I don't know how much joy that's bringing.
Well, the stems will though, because you can actually make tea out of the stems and the leaves. And if you break the stems open, there's like the gooey stuff inside is good for poison ivy.
Which
So
is
if you-
probably why it grows on the side of it.
It is. It's nature's natural remedy. So if you get poison ivy, break off some jewelweed and rub that on your skin, and it helps. It's also good for creativity, inspiration, and helping with sorrow.
See, creativity, I can see that.
Yep.
Just
I'm
because
going-
it's so vibrant.
And like I said, they pop. I'm going fast now, guys, just because I want to get through these.
And we're running out of light.
Yeah. So lilacs, totally out of season.
Yes.
One of my favorite smells.
Yes.
Protection, love, luck, wisdom, memory, lemonade and honey. Let me tell you, you wash them, and you put lilacs in with lemonade, and it's really good.
And a little bit of lavender.
Yes. Ooh, I haven't tried that.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, the lavender gives it just a little tartness.
Marigolds, they spread. They're all over the place. They're cheap to get to. Protection, prophetic dreams. They help with legal matters, psychic powers, spiritual growth, and happiness.
And they're actually a funeral flower too. So if you happen to have marigolds and somebody has passed, that's your connection to them.
Bugs too. Bugs don't like them. Maple.
This
Okay.
is like a sycamore.
Yeah,
That's a huge,
My daughter picked that one.
huge maple.
So maple leaves are good for love, luck, prosperity, learning, dealing with change, money, decision making, wealth, and longevity.
When it's the size of your face, though, it's a sycamore.
Well, they were smaller ones too. And then I picked these up, just the little seeds. And of course they're the dead ones, but we used to call them Pinocchio noses, and we'd open them up and stick them on our nose.
We called them helicopters
Or
because we'd throw
helicopters.
them up in the air and they'd spiral.
And I have heard that you can take the seeds out of them and roast them like pumpkin seeds.
I've heard that too, but I haven't tried them.
Yes. So this one, I actually got a couple of different ones, but pine cones and pine needles. There's all sorts of different pine.
Okay.
And
So-
they're good for a lot, so bear with me.
This pine cone, you're taking that home. This is not going to be an offering.
I have some.
Okay.
I have lots of pine cones.
Are you sure?
I have hundreds of pine cones.
Okay.
But persistence, prosperity, protection, good health, purification, cleansing, inner strength, healing, fertility, success, home and business blessings, new beginnings, clean breaks, grounding, and to ward off evil influences again. They're also good for fire starters, once again, if they're dry. And
Yes.
the really big ones, if you smother them in peanut butter, if you don't have an allergy, and line them with bird seeds, they're great bird feeders.
Yes. We can't do that at my house.
No. Pussy willows, hard to find sometimes,
Yes.
but they're really pretty. They're good for wishes, enchantment, romantic love, healing, fertility, joy, protection, friendship, and peace. And they're also really nice if you put them in a vase in your house as well.
Yes, they're also good luck to keep by the door. They help to ward off evil.
That's good to know. One I just recently found out, not chamomile, pineapple chamomile. This grows wild in my driveway. It looks, yes, and it tastes like pineapple.
That's
Legit. The tips
crazy.
of them taste like pineapple. Google them. They look like the chamomile buds, not the actual flowers. And
Okay.
they're little. But it's good for, what do you know, relaxation, calming, nervousness, and anxiety, and promotes a restful sleep. They're good in tea, and they taste like pineapple.
You know, any chamomile tea, as far as I'm concerned, is a good tea. So,
This one, do not confuse it with hemlock.
so important. Hemlock is poisonous.
Yes. So this is Queen Anne's lace. It's a little one. It is good for sanctuary, love, and protection.
Actually,
It doesn't have a little red dot, black dot. A lot of them will have, not all of them, but they'll have a little red or.
that's
dot
what I
in
was
the
looking
middle.
for. That's how you can tell the difference. Or one of
that-
the ways to tell the
You
difference.
can also tell the difference between the leaves that are right under the flower head. But yeah, very, very similar. Do your research yet again. They're also great when they dry to dress up like princesses and use them as fairy princess wands.
This is now a perfect wand.
Yes. Roses, I mean, everybody, you can find roses everywhere. All different roses have different meanings, but even just in general, love, luck, friendship, protection, happiness. The thorns are great for protection.
Yes.
The leaves are even used, and you can use tea and rose water as well.
Yes, and the rose hips are amazing and a great source of vitamin C.
Yes. Sunflowers, great time of year for those.
Yes.
They're good for adoration, longevity, loyalty, energy, protection, power, wisdom, wishes, happiness, and strength. Sorry that we're going fast. We're losing it. Obviously, you can roast and eat the seeds.
Yes, so good.
You can use them for teas and tinctures. And the leaves are really good for bug bites and inflammation, too.
Which I'm going to need because I am getting eaten alive by mosquitoes.
Look, we're almost done, I promise. Sumac. Not poison sumac.
I just learned today there's a difference.
There is a big difference.
I did not know. I thought they were taking the toxin out.
I only saw it on the side of the road. We didn't get to do it. But sumac, Google it. They're big bushes, and they have red things on them. They're like this big. They're like a maroonish color, and each one has hundreds of little tiny furry seeds that look like mini strawberries. That's the only way I can put it. But that's really good for harmony, resolving difficulties, and strengthening your marriage. And you can actually make tea. Again, do your research.
Do not use poison sumac.
No, don't. That's white berries. Do not touch the white berries, and they grow low to the ground. These grow up, and they're big red. If they're not quite ripe, though, I guess that they can be very tart and gross. And you don't put hot water on it. I guess you put cold water and let it seep for a while. Tansy is really cool. You can dry those out and put those in vases, and that's really just good for health and longevity, but it's also supposed to be a big bug repellent, which I wish we had.
I wish we had too.
Almost done, I promise. Violets. We talked about these today.
I love violets.
Talked about these today. They're good for protection, healing, spiritual growth, loyalty, devotion, faithfulness, calming the nerves, drowsing your dreams and visions, creativity, and tranquility. They're good for salves, teas, salads. My daughter's not a big one on the purple, but the white violets, she loves them. And same thing, pansies too. They do have some same properties, some different, but you can eat the pansies as well in the salad.
They're really good.
One of my favorite, yarrow. Grows wild. White yarrow grows wild in my yard. I actually purchased pomegranate yarrow, which is literally the color of a pomegranate.
I've seen them.
It's gorgeous. It's absolutely stunning. And that's good for healing, love, divination, courage, psychic opening. I need that. Warding off fear and confidence.
We're working on that.
Yeah. I have heard that you can. It is edible.
It is.
You can put it in soups and salads, and you can actually take the leaves off and put it in between your teeth. It's good if you have a toothache.
Yes.
The leaves. The yarrow's good.
I believe the root as well.
I think that too. And my last page, it's not herbs, but living in New England, we go to the beach.
Yes.
So, oysters, obviously it's a natural aphrodisiac.
Yes.
So it's going to draw love into your life. It's good for good fortune, sexual love, and passion.
But it's gross, and you have to really like the texture of snot.
Yeah, but I mean, just the shell itself. You can, just the shell. Scallops are good for love and beauty. Moon shells, aka snail shells. Hello, it's the moon. Looks just like it. So obviously psychic awareness, and then peace and purification. And lastly, clams and mussels. They're good for love, good fortune, and purification. And any of those can also be placed on your altar or around to represent the water.
Yes.
The ocean.
Yes.
So that's my list.
So.
Sorry I went so fast, guys, on some of them.
Hey, you know what, though? We got it all done. We forgot all about...
I don't have pig nuts on my list because I don't have these. I took these to take home with me. I didn't know
So, pig nuts are the nut from a pig nut hickory. And they are apparently delicious. I just had a bug fly to my eye. The animals love them. Apparently you can roast them. You don't want to eat the flesh, you just want the nut, and it needs to be when they start to blacken. That's when it's time to open. It's going to blacken along the seams. So.
See, I just took those to take home with me.
She really did. On that note, I'm going to show you guys this gorgeous sunset, and we're going to sign off. So, thanks so much for joining us, and I know it was kind of long, but thank you. We'll see you soon.
Bye, guys.
And now,
we sign off
Look at that.
Beautifulness, right through the Coliseum.
Right? Isn't that beautiful?
And I'm going to gather this as my offering.